Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the World Series 2018. We're in the semi-finals now, and we have Fargo against oRRaK. So this is for one of the final places in the grand finals. We've got in the north of Tournament Desert, we've got oRRaK, aka Caro, and in the south we've got Fargo. We've got a super weapon mirror again. Actually, he's in the sign killer in the south. So I'm just gonna check. I've got my angle set right. It always looks a bit weird. But apparently it is correct. Yeah, we've got a super weapon mirror again. I say again because I'm pretty sure, wasn't it the Sexy versus Curious games were a super weapon mirror as well? I think they were. So we got Caro going 1 supply barracks, and we've got Fargo going for 2 supplies barracks. Caro actually making a Patriot EMP, so Fargo wants to be careful that he doesn't fly into that, because he will be losing his Chinook if he does fly into it. I think he's going to go straight over it, but he's going to be just in time to actually. He's actually going to try and laser lock it. I think he's going to drop it off and laser lock it. Caro actually cancelling the EMP there. We got Caro going down this left side with the Chinook. He's going to probably drop in the supply line, but there is a missile defender there from Fargo already ready for that. Caro is only on 1 supply, and now he is not mining. And he's only got 2 rangers back at home. We've got Caro actually doing a barracks on this left side. I thought he was going for the capture upgrade, but I just checked his rangers and he doesn't actually have the capture upgrade. Those are getting laser locked there. Caro's those are going down. Caro now also mining with the Chinook, or collecting rather. The Chinook taking a little bit of damage. Laser lock is going to push it off, and Caro has not been collecting for a whole chunk of the game. We're already 2 minutes in. He's probably about a minute of that he's not been collecting. The missile defender now is laser locking the Chinooks again, but the ranger's now going to catch up with it, and the missile defender is going to go down. So Fargo definitely has a massive advantage. He's been collecting on 2 supplies. He's also ready to capture Caro's oil as well. He's got loads of rangers here to defend this ranger spam from Caro on this left side. But yeah, Caro's only been collecting off two Chinooks for just a little while. He's now got the flashbang. He's actually going to do a big push into Fargo's base. A big flashbang ranger battle here, but Fargo doesn't have the upgrade, so he's having to run forward and use the machine gun to fight the rangers of Caro. But Caro has loads of rangers and flashbangs now. He's pushing this back. But Fargo now actually trying to defend this as best he can. Still no flashbang upgrade from him, but he's still charging forward with all the rangers that he's got. He's also making a fire base down this left side. It's going to be massively problematic for Caro in this push. Caro has kind of gone all in. This is everything that Caro has. He has no follow-up from this, really. Missile defender trying to laser lock Fargo's Chinook there, causing a little bit of damage, but it has gone down. Fargo now has flashbangs of his own, and he's on 2 supplies. He's on 4 Chinooks now as well, so he's stabilizing. And this is Caro, needs to cause as much damage as possible here, but it's not looking good, especially with this firebase now complete as well. All of the infantry for Caro is slowly being cleared out. There's 5 rangers here, but I mean, Fargo's just going to continually produce rangers. It's always more beneficial for the USA player that's defending in these kind of situations, because the rangers are just continuously produced from two barracks, and they're immediately right there. They can also go in and replenish the health as well, or the HP rather. So yeah, it's not looking good for Caro right now. He needs to cause a bit more damage. He needs to do probably some drops. If he did like a good drop like back here and picked off some Chinooks, he would be probably on track for a win. He now has the capture upgrade, so he needs to get his oil. He's now taken back his own oil, but he's not captured it yet. He's just secured it. Fargo has plenty of rangers now trying to push back into Caro's little bit of aggression, but now having to be forced back. So a bit of a standoff at the moment with flashbang rangers. Fargo is now on a war factory though, so first V is out. Where is that V going to go? Is he going to try and help out over here and try and pick off some rangers, or is he just going to go straight down the middle? That's probably what I'd be doing, straight down the middle, trying to get just park here. You can stop anything coming out of there, and also you can kill the Chinooks. That'll be a really decent hit. That will actually end the game if a V goes there. I think that will end the game, and I'm not sure Caro will be able to come back from that. Caro's actually making a war factory on this left side now. A little bit unorthodox and pretty cool to see. Fargo's actually expanded to a third supply, and rather than that V going down the center, he's actually chosen to go down this right hand side, and looks like he's heading for the oil to try and capture the oil, but Caro actually hasn't captured it. Why did he not capture it? I think it was a mistake. I think he thought he captured it. He's now beaconed it. Maybe he thinks, yeah, he said oops. This isn't a live replay, by the way. This is I'm watching the replays back, but yeah, that's a big mistake. Fargo is going to be able to get it though. Fargo's actually going back for his own oil as well. The V is going to go down. The Ranger is going to go down and be stopped. Bit of a trade-off for Vs here. So one V going down for both. That one just for Caro, almost surviving, but just went down on about was on about 1 HP and took 1 hit from the Ranger. Fargo's now on full 3 supplies though, with 2 Chinooks on each. I'd like to see tow missile upgrade, and I'd like to maybe see, has he got any dozers left? Yeah, he has got a dozer left here. He's got both dozers left, of course he has. But yeah, Fargo's now massively ahead. He's on 3 supplies versus 1 supply, and they both have 1 oil each. So 3 versus 1 supply. This is really, really looking pretty grim for Caro right now. Bit of aggression through the middle from Caro. V going down. No laser lock onto Fargo's V. It is going to escape. Another V coming in for Fargo now, and Fargo's going to clear all of that up without taking any damage. Took a little bit of damage on the V, but the V's just going to go and replenish his HP in the war factory. Fargo needs to defend this oil if he's going to retain it. Caro is trying to capture it back. 2 Vs from Caro now going towards the center. I think he's probably spotted that Fargo's on 3 supplies and he wants to try and stop that. Oh, these Vs full. Yeah, they've got some units in, so this dozer is going to go down. And probably these 2 Chinooks are going to go down as well, unless Fargo moves them really quick. Needs to cancel the EMP Patriot to get his 900 back. We've got a V in the base of Caro, and it has survived. Got in the back, needs to make a battle drone and heal itself, but the missile defenders have also survived as well. So Caro's not going to be able to collect now unless he long distance mines like from this left hand side supply or the middle. This left side is actually a little bit undefended now from Caro. But Caro's now got his own oil. I'm not sure if Caro realizes, or he probably does realize, that the enemy is on 3 supplies. Maybe he thinks that there's a chance that Fargo could have skipped this one, but actually Fargo's almost mined out on this one, whereas that one for Caro is still full as it was at the start of the game. Missile defender here is going to get picked off without causing any damage. Loads of Rangers getting picked off too. Of course, they got no chance against these tow VVs. So what am I on about? Tow missile Vs. V going down there for Caro. Ranger going down. Fargo's doing an amazing job so far in this game. He's got loads of Vs out. And I mean, if these missile defenders here for Caro get picked off without taking down pretty much all of these Vs, which they're no way going to do, then this is going to be really problematic because they're just going to get in the supply line and Caro's going to be on no supplies. And Caro knows it. Letting them Vs in there was the game-ending moment. Caro GG's, and Fargo goes 1-0 up. So I'm just going to update the scoreboard. Fargo 1, Caro 0. You can see the supply difference there is almost collected double. Units destroyed almost about the same. Yeah, well played to Fargo. Jumping into game 2, we've got Fargo in the top left on Sand Serpent. He's Laser and Cyan. And in the bottom right, we've got the orange player, Caro. He is Tank in the southeast side of Sand Serpent. So, I actually think this is a China-favoured map, but Laser is a stronger army against Tank, depending on the map. It's a bit of a weird one. It's not easy to call who's got the stronger army here. I probably would still say Fargo, but it is a China map because you can expand to these 2 supplies here pretty easily, whereas if the USA player expands here, just one gat like parked here or somewhere tucked down the back or whatever is going to cause massive damage. So the USA player can't easily expand, which is probably why Fargo is looking like he's doing a no eco. So Caro is then a forward barracks and a war factory. He's doing a few missile defenders scattered around. And they're going for the oil capture as well. The Red Guard are both going to the right hand side, so he's probably going to try and get both of them oils. I wonder if he expects an OECO from Fargo. You probably kind of have to have it in your mind that it's a possibility on this map, because like I said, USA can't easily expand to 2 supplies. Fargo, just double checking that he's doing an OECO. Yeah, he is. He could do an oil grab follow-up behind this. Fargo sent his dozer to the right oil, trying to crush anything. The V, the first V for Fargo, has picked off the dozer for Caro, and now we've got a V here trying to engage this one. It's a little bit hard to micro 2 groups of Vs, which is what he's trying to do, taking quite a bit of damage on that ambulance because of that. So Fargo is actually doing pretty well. He's controlling multiple things across the map at the same time with no radar. So there is a dozer killing the red guard, and now Fargo's actually... This is actually really, really smart from Fargo, recognizing that the enemy's probably going to be going for the oils, and he's actually denying it. And he's actually controlling 2 groups of Vs at the same time, whilst taking a little bit of damage, but not loads. And he's actually pulling this off really, really good. This is not an easy thing to do. You have to be 100% focused and 100% on top of your micro. There's a V gone down. That's what you get for losing, for controlling 2 groups of Vs. I thought he was on fire and doing this really nicely, but... actually, yeah, 1 V, unfortunately going down. He is going to rebuild it though. He's only on 1 supply. He's on 2 Chinooks though, so he will be able to eventually rebuild that. He's actually doing a pretty good job here. This V will also be able to heal. He's got a battle drone on the ambulance now, so the ambulance is healing too. So Caro actually he's got 2 oils and 1 supply. Continuously making gats though. He's got plenty of gats. He's got 5 gats out now. Another red guard being picked off for Caro, and this oil in the middle is slowly being killed of Caro's as well. Dozer is being sent back to the base, so it's nice and safe. But this V, if controlled absolutely perfect, there's no reason why you should lose it. But another V has come back to join it now as well, rebuilt from Fargo. So even though he lost it, that was the only kind of mistake. So far, he's actually played really, really amazing this game, and really, really on point so far, apart from just that one mistake losing the V. So the oil in the center is almost down now. Only got a few HP left. I think we've got a red guard in there, so just providing a little bit of a scout for Caro, so you can see if Fargo is expanding or whatever. That's probably a good time to push. So Caro's now making a propaganda center behind this. So as soon as you get an ECM in the mix here, this is going to be real hard for, or a lot harder for Fargo to continuously push through. Fargo showed him to kill the enemy oil. That's a really smart move. Oil in the middle has now gone down as well. Fargo just continuously producing Vs. He's now got the V missile upgrade as well. Fargo doesn't have much map control, and he's about to lose even more when this one goes down as well. So I think that red guard is probably the one from there. He's just providing a little bit of a scout. The survive though, although the building did go down. So Fargo's now going to come in and probably try and pick off this oil, but he'll spot the ECM and realize he needs to get out of there, because these Vs are very vulnerable. When the ECM comes out, they can just disable him, and then the gas can just get in close and then just finish him off. We've got another red guard coming in for Caro now. He's being persistent, trying to get these oil captures. So Fargo has now cleared out this left-hand side. There was only 1 red guard there, but it does provide a bit of a scout. So now Caro has no idea what's going on over here. So he has to send his other red guards that he's got. So he is going to send them across. They will be able to kill that dozer, and they'll be able to kill the missile defender inside of there. So Fargo might have to go back and defend that. A red guard has got in, hiding up there, and is now going to get the oil. So yeah, Fargo letting one slip past there. He's now coming down to defend it. This bottom left little plateau. So the red guards are all going to go down to the Vs, but there are loads of ECMs now. 3 ECMs and what, like 6-7 GATs. Bear in mind they're all quite cheap. They're all cheap as well. So the $700, the cheapest GATs in the game. Laser tank there, nice defense from Fargo. Fire base going up there as well. Fargo will now realize that the enemy has the oil over here. Fargo actually going for a base trade while Caro's out of position. These Vs are just going to go in, and probably would say based on that Fargo's going to win, because Vs can base trade a group of GATs and ECMs a lot quicker, because the damage output versus buildings is just so high. Fargo actually going for the oil. Oil is going to go down. War factory and barracks is down. Propaganda center has been sold. Whole base has been sold for Caro now, and Caro's actually now stuck. Remember what I said in the previous game, I think it was a Caro against Freestyler, how he always like spreads his units out. There's another example of him spreading his units out. Caro now going for a war factory. Question he's probably going to be putting to himself now: is he going to be making black napalm and go for the mix? Red Guard here versus the Ranger. The Red Guard is vet 2 though, so it's going to be really hard to defend against. Fargo really smart again, leaving a missile defender there, so he can be 100%. There's no sneaky dozer going to sneak back in and build some stuff. The Vs again versus the GATs, but the Vs are getting disabled by the ECM, and one V does go down. It gets picked off. So really well done by Caro there. Somehow there's a dozer in the back here, and missile defenders are being produced from a sneaky barracks. It's going to get inside some of these buildings, which is actually going to provide a massive scout for Fargo. So Fargo now knows everything that's going on here, and actually that'll be hard to clear out unless a flamer is out. So Fargo actually doing really, really well. He's got 3 laser tanks out now, so this is a really deadly mix for Tank to deal with, because not only has he now got to worry about the Vs with GATs ECMs, but these laser tanks can just tear through that composition. So but now Fargo is coming in, and Caro's going to have to decide how he's going to defend against this. He's got enough ECMs out so he could slowly disable all the laser tanks, but with the Vs as well, it's going to be really, really hard to defend this. So the first GAT is being picked off. The GATs are being pushed back. The laser tank's just going to tank in. They've got so much HP. MiGs are coming in as well, and it has got black napalm. That was a really quick MiG actually. I was expecting it to be a lot slower than that. So V has gone down. Laser tank has been disabled. One laser tank has gone down. We've got loads of laser locks coming in now, but there's too many GATs. Sorry, too many GATs going down. GATs ECMs have all been cleared out. Just lost way too many there. And Fargo is looking like he's going to be going 2-0 up. Well played by Fargo. Absolutely perfect execution, apart from that 1v that was lost pretty early on. But apart from that, the gameplay and the strategy and whatever, and his micro and everything was just totally on point. Money collected about the same, but units destroyed for Fargo just far higher, just due to that superior army and superior, the on-point micro. I wouldn't say superior micro, because Caro always had an uphill battle with the worser army, but yeah, well played to Fargo. He goes 2-0 up. I'm just going to update the scoreboard. 2-0 for Fargo. Jumping into game 3, we are on Gorge Drought. We've got Fargo in the south with a nuke cyan color, and in the north we've got USA Air Force for Caro in the orange. So this is going to be pretty hard for Fargo, because the armies are massively in favor of Caro. Air Force really shouldn't ever be losing against Nuke, unless Nuke is going to pull something amazing out of the bag. Caro just needs to do Vs and missile defenders, and 99% of the time you should be on for an easy victory. It's going to be really, really hard for Fargo to win this, but let's see what he can do. Well, 2 supplies for Fargo, 2 supplies for Caro, pretty standard. War factory barracks going up for Caro. One thing Caro could do is, if he wants to get a more full V out quick, he could skip one of the Chinooks, but he's not doing that. He's actually going for all 4 of the Chinooks. All 4 trucks, I imagine, are going to be coming out as well. Just waiting for this last one. Pretty perfect supply placement as well from Fargo, and 2 war factories now going up as well. So completely standard from both players. Caro's first V is now out. 3 missile defenders going inside of there. And is he going to go straight across the map? He's looking like he's going down to this right side, more right side. So the V is going to go completely on this right side. I imagine trying to get in one of these bunkers, or maybe he's even going to try and get inside of the enemy's bunker over here and try and kill the tech buildings, the oil and the refinery and stuff. One dozer is going to be caught out of position here by the V. So V has just completely come in and just completely wrecked the Wrecked the Dozer. Dozer is now burning on fire. This V is actually able to get in and cause some damage to some of these trucks. One truck actually going down. He's going to need to rebuild that instantly. Missile defender evac'd, and he's going to try and laser lock the Battlemaster. The one Battlemaster is going down, so pretty successful hit so far from this V. He's still causing damage as well. It's a little bit of damage inflicted to the Battlemaster there, and the V is actually going to try and kill the last Dozer. That will be the last Dozer for Fargo, so he's going to be Dozerless, but I'm not paying attention. And Kara's done that a few times throughout the World Series 2018. Just kind of attacks with a unit, has a bit of success, and then he just kind of abandons it. I don't know if he was paying attention somewhere else, but yeah, he just kind of abandoned it. Firebase for Kara going up there on the right side. This forms a little bit of defense against the oil in the refinery. I think a GAT can probably, or Battlemaster can still sneak through there. You could even kill that building, place a scaffold over it and clear it, so you can actually walk right back here. But let's see. Kara actually flying in with I imagine a V or two Vs. Let's see, and he's going to try and go for the Dozer hunt. I'm sure that's like the second time we've seen Kara do that, going for the Dozer hunt against the player. Was it? I can't remember who it was against. Was it against Freestyler? I think it was against Freestyler. Now he's trying to go for the Propaganda Center. Chinook is going down. Propaganda Center is looking like he's going to take quite a bit of damage. This Gas got really close to it and killed both of them Vs, so bit of a trade-off there. So 2 Vs and a few missile defenders for both Dozers and the Propaganda Center of Fargo. So Fargo is now on a bit of a time limit. If he is smart, he would have queued up a few tech units like Overlords and ECMs before that Propaganda Center was going down. I'm pretty sure he will have. But now this push from Fargo is actually going to be pretty problematic for Caro straight down the center, because Caro's actually lost quite a bit of units. We've got 4 Vs down this right hand side. We've got about 6 missile defenders in there. No V missile upgrade. The V's actually, they've got a choice now. Actually, do they want a base trade, or they just want to go back and defend against this? Looking like he wants to go back and defend against this. But actually, no, not going back. He's actually going back into the base of Fargo, but going into the other side. Fargo recognizing what Caro was doing and sending Battlemasters to try and defend this. 1 V has gone extremely low, probably going to go down. Another V that's actually going pretty low. Another Battlemaster is going down there, it looks like. So the Vs have been pushed back. 2 of them are going to have to go back and repair. But Fargo's on a time limit. He needs to push now and cause the damage now. Just send everything across the map. He's got $800. He's got 2 trucks. He's got a Battlemaster and a GAT back at home. He's sending an ECM back for some reason. I'm not sure why. Of course, we can see the whole map, but he doesn't know that there's no Givvies or something coming down the left. We can see that Caro's actually gone home, but Fargo doesn't know that, I suppose so. So Fargo's now going to be engaged with the firebase. The firebase on the right hand side is taking quite a bit of damage, and actually Fargo, considering the armies, is doing an amazing job here. I feel like Caro didn't necessarily need to sacrifice them Vs he did in the beginning to try and hunt the Dozers. That first V was successful, but that second the second attack with the drop with the Chinook, he lost the Chinook for that as well, and 2 Vs and a few missile defenders. That was definitely not worth it, I don't think. So Fargo now should recognize that all the Vs for Caro are in the base. But all of these Vs, look at the horrific micro from Caro. Everything has gone down now, bar a few Vs. But actually, I completely missed that on the screen. The combat Chinook has actually come in and cleared the whole army. So really well thought out by Caro there, going for the combat Chinook. But now it's out of position, and the 2 GATs have taken it out. So massively unfortunate there for Caro. Caro's now under more pressure because another wave of Fargo's army is coming across the map, but the problem with this army is it's not tier 2 units, it's only tier 1, so we've got Battlemasters and GATs and ECMs, Troop Crawler. But there is still an ECM in there, so it's still going to be not so easy. 1 War Factory has actually been picked off. I did miss that. I think it was it one of the Vs or something before I managed to pick that off. But Caro's just being a little bit lame here, just sitting behind the fire bases. Fargo is doing all he can to try and cause damage, but Loads of the GATs have gone down. This GAT that has escaped is on really low HP. One GAT is trying to cause damage there, but I mean, it's not going to do much against the 5-ace one GAT. And the V's are coming in and saving it now, so yeah, Fargo is looking like he's going to be on for an unfortunate loss. There is a GAT there that had pushed them Chinooks off, but just not enough. He needed to cause enough damage. I think he was just a little bit too hesitant sending the Overlords forward. I think he should have just, as soon as he lost the propaganda center, just sent everything towards the enemy base. But still a really nice try considering the armies. So yeah, Caro brings it back 2-1. So we are now on Lagoon. We've got China infantry for Fargo in the south, the Cyan, and in the north we've got GLA-Tox. So yeah, GLA-Tox for Caro. Just double checking the armies again. A little bit unfortunate again for Fargo here. Is this going to be the little bit of luck that Caro needs to bring it back and equalize it to 2-2? Let's see what's going to happen. So yeah, he's the Tox in the orange in the north. Got a fast fake barracks from Caro. He's going to be going for this Terror car, or the all-important Terror car. I don't think there are any other cars on this map. I think that's the only... Yeah, that is the only car. There are some maps like that Gorge Drought that we just casted a second ago that, yeah, they have a load of cars on it, like in the corner by the oil and stuff. So we've got an aggressive truck from Fargo. He's going to be trying to get in the base of Caro, and actually looking like he's going to have pretty good success down here. The car has not been crushed. Instead, the trucks are going to try and go round the car and actually trying to crush this worker. And this one over here is going to get in the supply line and crush another worker probably. So this truck is going to run away from the car. The car is a little bit faster. The car actually now going to the base instead of trying to defend this. Caro probably realizing that he can just kill that with a tech, but that might get in the supply line. This is really hesitant from Caro. I'm not sure quite what he's doing. He's trying to go for this truck here. Does manage to kill one truck. This truck has not had actually that much success. I think he's killed one worker, but losing one worker for the truck rush probably not worth it. A few workers have gone down there. 2 have escaped and gone over here. Fargo behind this is now going for a Helix. And this is going to actually probably catch Caro right off guard, because this Helix is just going to come over here, load up. But Caro might recognize it because he can see this massive amount of infantry. He doesn't know if that's an outpost or if that's a Helix at this point. Caro really needs to be... he saved the workers from the with the tech, it looks like. But 5 workers there are not collecting. And I'm getting spammed on Steam apparently. But this is probably going to end the game pretty quick. He's going to go straight towards the base. 1 quad is out, no tunnel in the base for Caro, and this is going to probably end the game. Helix is coming in, and the first quad is going down. The war factory has been targeted straight away. It's going to go down so quick. A Helix fully loaded with infantry from the infantry general is just so powerful. This is going to be really hard for Caro to win this game now. Helix is just completely wrecking everything. The tech is going to come in and try and do a little bit of damage with the RPGs inside of it, but it's get popped open. The Helix has just completely finished the game in 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Amazing play from Fargo, keeping up the pressure with the trucks there nice and early and just going in straight with the Helix rather than messing around for a long game. Just completely destroying Caro in that game. Caro not even collecting more than 5k, so yeah, well played by Fargo. Takes it now to 3-1. So welcome to game number 5, are we on? Yeah, we're on number 5. We've got infantry for Fargo once again versus Caro as tank. So a bit of army luck for Fargo this time. He did deserve it after those two armies that he just had. So yeah, a little bit of army luck for him. We're on Summer Arena. Really decent map. You got 3 supplies in your base. You got these 2 full ones here. Got like a 3rd safe-ish expansion here. This is always a good bunker to get, and just place a bunker down there. It completely seals that side off. And the same for that other player over here. But then in the center is the most important stuff. So you've got 4 oils and loads and loads of supplies. Weird thing about this map, it always feels like your sound's off because there's no like ambient sounds or anything like that, or any like animal sounds or birds or wind or anything like that. It's always feels like the sound is off, and I always have to go over some units to recognize that the sound is actually still on. So Caro going for the oil capture, it looks like, and Fargo going for 2 war factories. Interesting. So Fargo's going to have more outposts out, but they're going to be more empty because he's skipping that barracks. So Yeah, let's see if he makes flamers first and actually goes to flame the oils. That would be interesting if he does that, if he recognizes that Caro's going to go for the oils once again. Caro is a player that likes to go for the oils quite a lot from what I've seen so far. So if Fargo has recognized that, and he's able to get some flamers out, or even outposts actually, just to try and crush the red guard and stuff. But he's got a big task in his hand. He's got to try and defend all 4 oils. These 2 oils in the center are pretty low on HP already, so then they take a few shots from some tank hunters inside of the outpost, and he will be able to destroy him. So the oil capture has begun, and Fargo recognizing this. 1 has gone down. 2 have gone down, and this one is going to be killed actually. But Caro's looking like he's going to get 2 of the oils. I don't think he's going to save this one. Nah, Fargo not paying attention. Even if he was paying attention, I don't think he would have got it. I think Caro just got it in the nick of time. So Fargo doing a little bit of an aggression down the side. Red Guard and a Tank Hunter are going to defend against it though, and I think the Red Guard should pop that open. It might even vet up from that. But they're just going to kill these Tank Hunters in there now, especially when they bug out and start walking like that. Really nice defense there from Caro. So Flamers coming in now for Fargo, and one more oil has been taken out. So Caro's now only on 1. Got a sneaky outpost in here. Actually, he's killed 2 trucks. That's really successful. Hitting Caro's economy after he had the oils. Fargo actually pushing down the middle with these flamers now. That flamer needs to move or do something. I probably would go for that barracks and just sacrifice it, but he's actually choosing to do 2 really annoying flame walls. Got this outpost here for Caro has now gone down. Both tank hunters inside. The barracks is looking like it's going to go down actually. Caro establishing quite a nice defense here on the left. Barracks is going down. Quite a few red guard are being picked off as well, I think. These flamers and the flame walls are just so strong. Outpost taking quite a bit of damage. The Gat there is taking quite a bit of damage from the flame wall, but Caro does push that back. So Fargo's got some nice map control. He's got units all around the center. Would like to see him clear out that bunker. He does clear out that bunker now. Another flame wall and more infantry units going down for Caro. He's got a few red guard there left. And a troop crawler crushing some tank hunters. Don't often see that, but really nice. The troop crawler is now popped open by the tank hunters there from Fargo. Fargo is now fully established on this right hand side himself. We see what I mean about a bunker, and if you just garrison that as well, it becomes really hard to break through, especially for like a tank versus an inf. This is a really hard task. Would like to see a propaganda center go up sometime soon with ECMs, maybe Infernos and stuff like that. Group them up in the center. Gat here is going to try and pick off the flamer for Fargo, but if it goes too close, actually the flamer might be able to cause some big damage. Flamer is picked off. Gat has taken a little bit of damage. This flamer is going to be picked off as well. These Gats are actually pretty strong in numbers, especially strong at picking off the flamers. He's got an outpost and a flamer down this right side again for Fargo. More flamers in the center. He's loving his flamers in this game. Got no battle masters out for Caro, usually because an outpost will just completely destroy him. But probably a battle master in this situation would be good for trying to push these back a little bit more. So we did have a battle master there. Has gone down, unfortunately, to the outpost. The battle master probably in the wrong place on the map. Another flamer going down, and actually Caro's doing a pretty decent defense, but Fargo is just continuously keeping at the pressure. But all this is giving XP to Caro, so if it comes down to the late game, then there's going to be like when he builds a command center, he's going to have all the support powers probably quicker than Fargo, because Fargo is losing a lot more, I think. But he is keeping the pressure, and he's keeping Caro contained in his base, which is allowing Fargo to... he's only got control in the middle at the moment, but I imagine he's probably going to be expanding to the middle at some point, because he's got a nice control going on. You can just place down some bunkers, load them up with tank hunters, and it just becomes so hard for a tank to push through. So massive flame wall now from Fargo, from 3 flamers, forming a big line of defense. That's why he's going to need, probably ECMs is one thing. He's got only collecting from 1 truck there. He must have a propaganda center because the ECMs are out. Command center now going up as well. I wonder if he's anywhere near 3-star. Yeah, he's got to be pretty close or well on the way. So these flamers are once again being picked off by the Gats. Maybe if he's going to continue doing this, maybe Black Napalm would be good, because if he goes to Inferno Cannons later, then it's going to pay off anyway. Looking like actually he's probably going to go for a Helix. I'm not sure if that's the greatest idea against the tank, just because the Gats are so cheap and they cause so much damage against the Helix. Another flamer is getting picked off, so more and more units have been picked off. That's another 2 there. This Gats for Caro out of position a bit. Actually, he's going to lose 1 Gat for no reason. Maybe even a 2nd Gat. It's going to go extremely low. It is Vet 2, so it'll re-heal by itself anyway. You can just send it back to the War Factory. Whatever he prefers to do, but Caro is being contained in his base. Fargo is just continuously kept at the pressure, and now he's able to expand to the middle. He's got that'll be his 4th supply, 5th supply going up. He's got a bunker going down. So it's going to be really hard now for Caro. Yeah, I was going to say Overlords and probably MiGs with Napalm are going to be the best way to go through this. I'd like to see that sold like pretty quick. It'd give him an extra $450, I think. Caro securing a little bit of map control on this right hand side. He's going to see that bunker there and he's going to have to go straight back. It's not going to be able to get in. Bunker isn't completely loaded, but it's just going to pop them, open them outposts and damage them Gats too much before they can do anything. So Overlord ECM Gat has cleared out that building. Flamer now for Caro. This actually could cause some big damage. Fargo actually needs to disable that with the ECM. That's probably going to be the best defense. Disable it with the ECM and just let this building kill it. Yeah. If that ECM wasn't there, it could have actually like snuck around the back and caused some damage to the supply, but ECM luckily is there for Fargo. So yeah, Caro's under a little bit of pressure. It's kind of stabilizing, and the longer this game goes on, the more in favor of infantry it is. Unless Caro gets loads and loads of MiGs out and does some really good hits on this like kind of low armor army composition. So Overlords, ECMs, and Black Napalm MiGs now all out. Those is coming in as well. It's probably going to want to try and expand here. We've got Infernos out now for Fargo as well. Of course, tank has no long range units, so the Inferno cannons will just be able to deal damage at will unless the MiGs come in to do a strike, but then the MiGs are risking going down to like minigunners, so Fargo actually choosing to just kind of congregate in the middle. Flamer is going to come in, but there's so many infantry inside of this bunker now that that's going to push Caro right back, so Caro's now got no choice but to go in the middle, to go back and actually try and fight this instead, but he's going to have a hard time. Bit of a push now from Fargo. All his units are grouped together, and a big MiG strike is going to come in and pick off at least 2 Inferno cannons. The ECM is actually going back in the Firestorm as well. 1 Gat has been picked off. Actually, 2 Gats have been picked off there, and a tank hunter. But the outpost now pushing in. I'm going to try and kill this Emperor Overlord. They might even get close to the MiGs. They might be able to take out the MiGs. Let's see if they're able to take out the MiGs before they can get some shots off. 2 MiGs going down, 3 MiGs going down, 4 MiGs going down, so massive damage caused. 1,600 apiece. As soon as they kill those units, Caro's in big trouble, and Caro GG's right there. Well played by Fargo, just keeping up the aggression, continuously expanding to the middle, and then just dominating the game really. So yeah, well played by Fargo. I'm really good at defending the oils after 2 of them got captured by Caro. Yeah, really well played. Collected loads more supplies. So I'm just going to update the score. So we're now on 4-1 for Fargo. So we're now on Canyon of the Dead, one of the newer maps in 0 Hour history. Not one of the official maps, actually made by oRRaK. And we've got Fargo with infantry again against Tox this time. So Caro getting a little bit of army luck again. Let's see what Caro is able to do with this. Is he one option for him? He could skip the War Factory, just go mass tunnels and get the oils and stuff like that, because there's 2 oils on this map. There's here with the artillery platform, and in the bottom right here there's one over there as well. You could kind of say this is Fargo's and that one kind of belongs to Caro, but you can try and grab either. They're not actually that much. That's not actually that much further away from Caro. So Caro is actually doing 2 supplies and a barracks. He's actually going with 3 supplies and a barracks. So maybe he is doing what I just said. He's skipping the war factory altogether, not making a fake or anything like that. So yeah, looking like a bit of a slower game at the moment. Fargo actually looking like he's going to go for a helix. Minigunners scouting for workers. Really slow game. 1 minute 40 in and no action just yet. But it's because Caro's completely skipped that war factory. He's actually making another more tunnels on his base rather than kind of doing it more aggressive. He's just kind of doing all tunnels on his base. So is he going to be expecting the helix? Where is the helix actually? The helix is now fully loaded, I would imagine. So now fully loaded and going to be scouting around. Yeah, not too sure that I like this build order from Caro. He is going for the oils though. Just like, unless Caro is paying 100% attention, the helix might be able to come in and pick off a few tunnels, and he has to pop at exactly the right time. And if the helix gets on top as well, and when the RPGs pop out, he might be able to kill all of the RPGs if he's really quick. Dozer has crushed a worker there from Caro, but he does have another one in the back here. Is Fargo going to spot it? Fargo's spotted the oil capture, it looks like. He's going to go in and try and kill the tunnel defending it. He is going to get it. He's going to kill now the rebel and now going to kill the oil, I would imagine. Has he realized? Yeah, he has realized. And now he should see. Yeah, he can see it. You see that vision of the helix is absolutely massive. So he's going to try to probably close this down, but is Caro just going to pop all the RPGs out? Yeah, he is. Another tunnel going down there. The helix is actually vet 1 now. It's going to be a little bit harder to kill. Got another tunnel going down for Caro, and he's now on an arms dealer as well. And now a palace. So yeah, it's pretty good. Rebel is really slowly walking across the map. I think it's because he engaged the minigunner inside of there. This tunnel looking like it's going to get up. I don't think that outpost is going to be able to get there in time to deny that worker. The outpost actually might now go down when the RPGs pop out of there. RPGs need to be careful because this flame wall. Oh, it's one RPG going down. That bunker is actually being cleared out, and that flame is actually going to be killed as well. In the meantime, Fargo has actually killed that tunnel in the top left with the helix. This tunnel's actually taking quite a bit of damage, but it's doing pretty well at holding itself, defending itself against this. The worker has gone down, which is the most important thing, because that's going to reheal the worker. There is a bunker right here, so the quads that have popped out, one of them is going to go down. The tunnel now is very low. Helix is actually trying to cause more damage over here, so trying to kill the tunnels. Actually doing a really good job as well. It would be nice if you got it to vet too, because for Fargo then, because it will heal itself. We've got some RPGs here. Probably could go inside of that building there. Might be able to do some damage to the trucks, but actually causing quite a bit of damage to the trucks anyway, so not so bad. We've got Fargo now really trying to defend this. Loads of RPGs going to try and kill the flamer. The flamer is going to get a flame wall off, but he's not going to be able to kill. Oh, he's actually able to kill a few RPGs, or one RPG, sorry. The worker's now out trying to repair the buildings. Probably wants to repair the tunnel as well, but he's building a new one behind it. He's going to put loads of RPGs now inside of this bunker. I might even be able to kill the inf bunker. There's just so many RPGs in there, not enough in there for Fargo. Fargo probably could have force-fired that in advance and try and save that. He would have saved the bunker. Yeah, Fargo in a little bit of trouble right now. These supplies can provide a little bit of cover, so you might still be able to collect. And there is a flamer here now to save the day. Flamer is also coming back here, probably trying to clear out that bunker there. The range on that tunnel is just crazy. See how it's taking out the flamer from all the way back there. Probably just wants to flame wall there and defend with a few rockets behind it, and this should be nicely covered. Another oil is being captured now for Caro, and his palace is now complete. Looks like Jarman is out too. Jarman is out now. He's going to try and snipe that and imagine try and pick off some of these infantry. Walking through the flames, but he is going to be able to pick off some of these infantry. He's going to be able to pick off all the infantry. Really unfortunate. And the helixes are now, well, there's 2 of them now, but the quads I imagine is going to pop from there, and these helixes should be going down. But bad targeting there from Caro. Not sure quite what he was doing. The helix actually escaped, or probably you could at least kill. You could have at least killed one of the helixes there. But yeah, not being able to kill it. This whole little city that was going on down here has now been completely leveled by the flamers. There's a flamer down here, going to go down. Caro has got one of the best upgrades in the game. It's the Gamma upgrade. It makes the tunnels, I think, 50% stronger. Damage output anyway. 1 helix has been picked off. Missed that. I don't know quite what picked it off. Got to be the quads though. I wonder if Caro's going to get the AP ammo upgrade, because if he's making heavy quads, it would pay off to get the AP ammo. Once again, making a scud before the black market. Pretty unorthodox. Don't normally see that, but Caro likes to do it, and he usually doesn't work. It doesn't cost him games. It usually pays off for him. So yeah. Even the rebels will get that upgrade as well. You see how much damage that 1 rebel has caused to that flamer is almost on someone's on very low HP. It's got like 30% left. The flamer is now taking out the artillery platform very slowly because the angle he's firing at is a little bit weird. These trucks here, unfortunately, still not collecting for Fargo. So Fargo's actually only on 2 supplies, not realizing that he's not collecting there. A little bit unfortunate and sad for Fargo. He probably thinks he's still collecting, but that can make all the difference. We've got a Lotus now coming in, trying to grab the scud, I would imagine. That's one reason why you don't want to make it a scud first, I think, because if you kind of you're banking 5 grand into that, and then if it just gets captured at the last minute and you don't defend it, that's another thing you got to do. You got to defend it. You got to put tunnels all the way around it. You got to get the radar van near it and stuff like that. If it just gets captured, it's been a complete waste of an investment of 5k. So I wonder if Fargo's actually going to capture that straight away, or if he's going to wait for quite a bit. The best thing to do is wait until it's on like 20 seconds and then capture it. But it's looking like he's going to capture it straight away, actually. Maybe he just wants to be 100% sure that he is actually going to get it. He's actually captured it completely. So not only has Caro invested 5k in that, but then he's also let the enemy capture it. So the enemy should get 2,500 for selling that. Helixes are going to come in, a bit of an engagement here. The bus has gone down. 1 helix is going to go down. Another helix is going to go down. A few quads have gone down, but that engagement was definitely in favor of Caro. All of Fargo's ground army is getting picked off as well, so all of the infantry are just getting mowed down. The Inferno cannons are getting mowed down. And the Lotus has been killed now. So yeah, not looking good for Fargo. He's also not collecting with these 2 trucks here. He has now sold off that scud, so he should get a boost to 2,500. These trucks here now mined out of the main supply, but there are 3 here, 3 piles, so you can slowly long distance mine, but the income is going to be slower. But Fargo has still not realized that he's not collecting here. Massive mistake. Artillery platform now going down. I thought he was killing that, but I think he must have captured it with a Lotus. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but Fargo actually still has this oil. I always hate this oil's position because it's usually off the map. You press the number 5 on the keypad and the map resets and you can just see it. But yeah, usually it'd be like that and it's actually hidden out of the way a little bit. Looking like Caro's actually wanting to capture that oil because he's not killing it, unless he's forgotten about it. Don't think so though. I think he wants to capture it back. So we do have a rebel on the way to try and capture it. Fargo might be able to defend it if he gets that flamer in there nice and quick. He does have a massive vision, so but there's quite a few quads there with AP ammo now as well, so those flamers are going to be going down so quick. So MiGs are now out. 1 MiG going down, 2 MiGs going down, 3 MiGs going down for 1 bus. Is that worth it? It's probably an even trade-off, but against the GLA, you don't want to be evenly trading off. Really, you want to be coming out on top. But Caro now has the oil dropping down another tunnel, really cementing himself on this right-hand side, really digging in. Caro is now collecting from his 3 supply piles as well, nearly mined out of his main, completely mined out there. Fargo is now collecting there, but the income is going to be in his bank a lot slower, and as the game goes on, income becomes worth becomes like kind of worth less. The money is better spent earlier on in the game rather than now. So a bus going down there, but not before killing a flamer and an ECM. Still economically worth it, but the MiGs are able to come in and actually pick off all the RPGs, so that's not actually worth it now. So decent trade-off there for a change from Fargo. Artillery platform captured from Fargo at the top. But that oil is making all the difference, and Fargo not collecting off that 3rd supply for a long time has made all the difference as well. Fargo going MiGs. He needs the armor upgrade really, because these MiGs with fighting against the AP ammo quads is going to be a death trap. Every time you go near him, it's going to shred through him. At least you have the armor upgrade. It makes them last a little bit longer. Only costs 1,000. It might save you 1 MiG, which costs you 1,200. So definitely worth it. MiGs now killing another bus. The quads for Caro are continuously pushing forward. Helix is going to come in, but the Helix should go down super quick. I mean, there's so many quads there. There's been continuously really bad engagements here from Fargo, so just continuously losing more and more units. Fargo is now mined out. It didn't actually take that long, as that wasn't actually that much cash there. It was like, what, 6 or 7k or something like that? Just over 7k, I think. So the game has slowed down a little bit. We've got plenty of MiGs on the field though. We've got 5 MiGs. Got some hackers out now. And we've got, for Caro, he's got 3 grand in the bank. We've got 4 black markets, 5 black markets, 6 black markets, 7 black markets, and an 8th black market. So 8 black markets and an oil, which I think is worth 1.6. So it's almost on like 10 markets, or the equivalent of, versus the odd hacker scattered around. So Caro is definitely ahead. These supplies also almost mined out for Fargo. Got a MiG strike coming in, actually picking off 1 tunnel. Got an Inferno cannon slowly dealing damage to this tunnel here. And the Lotus is actually going to get in and try and capture the oil. A little bit out of place. The Lotus really wants to be back here, because that tunnel pops and that Lotus is going down, but actually Caro not choosing to engage that. Caro actually was over here instead, trying to clear out that artillery platform, which he has done. Fargo using his artillery on the was it on the worker? I'm not even sure what he was attacking there. Didn't really hit anything. It dealt damage to the barracks, but not actually a lot else much. So looking pretty grim for Fargo, although he does have still quite a bit of stuff. He's got an internet center now with a few hackers in there. I don't think it's full though. It's got about 5 hackers in there. Another one on the way. We've got another few hackers around. But the longer the game goes on, I think Caro's going to be more and more ahead. Another market going down, another tunnel going down. Bus and quads pushing through the center now, going to be greeted by the bunker for Fargo, the defensive bunker. Bus is going down, but the quads are going to get in. And this is going to make all the difference. These quads are going to be able to get in and probably just wreck the base for Fargo. Actually just pushing straight in, going to go for the internet center. And I think he's going to get it. The Inferno cannon trying to do some damage to the quads, but the quads, oh, loads of the MiGs are going down again. I think he doesn't have the upgrade for the armor again. All the hackers going down. The internet center's gone down as well. We've got loads of infantry here for oRRaK as well, or Caro rather. See what I mean about the upgrade on the rebels, just causing so much damage. Flamer's going down. Flamer's going down. This MiG is flying around and going to go down without actually doing much. Outpost has been picked off. Now the command center is going down for Fargo. Is taking a massive amount of damage. You see with the AP ammo, they're just able to cause so much damage so quick. The quad over here has been disabled and might slowly be picked off. Outpost is parked in the radiation, but against these AP ammo quads, it's going to get shredded through all of the units, and the bounty upgrade for Caro is making all the difference as well. It's giving him so much money, so he's able to just produce another army behind this. He's preparing some terrorists. And Fargo throws in the towel. GG. So Caro brings it back to, well, not brings it back, but brings the distance closer to 4-2. Yeah, so well played by Caro there. He did have a massive army luck though. Having Tox versus Inf. Collected loads more cash because of all them markets at the end, and destroyed quite a few, well, so 7 more units. So yeah, well played by Caro. So we're at 4-2, and we are now on Lagoon. We've got Fargo in the north with the Cyan super weapon, and in the south we've got Caro with USA laser. So we've got a bit of a mirror. The first game was a mirror, wasn't it? And Fargo won that, I thought, pretty convincingly, because Caro didn't really have an economy going throughout that game. Let's see if Caro is going to do a more economic based strategy this time. He does have the stronger army once again with laser against super weapon. The lasers Vs are cheaper, 700 versus the 850 Vs of Fargo of super weapon. Fargo's actually used the scan in his base and revealed the enemy drone. He's going to be able to pick that off. We've got a war factory going up for Caro. So this is a typical USA laser versus super weapon. You will often see the laser do the Vs, whereas the super weapon often won't do the Vs because the Vs are more expensive, like I said. So you'll often see the super weapon player just make loads of infantry. He'll usually make 2 barracks, which Fargo's only doing 1 though. Fargo's actually doing a really smart thing as well, able to collect off that supply, and that supply collects a little bit quicker. Got a drop now coming in for Fargo, and he's actually going to place down an EMP. So actually he's defended by the 3 missile defenders. So if that gets up and Caro's not able to defend against this, then that's going to cause massive damage, because he's going to be able to disable the war factory, which is a waste of 2k. He's going to be able to stop this one collecting, so Caro's going to be on 1 supply again, just like the first game. It's looking like actually he might not be able to defend against this. He had the choice then to send the Dozer and the 2 Vs, but there was a chance that he probably could have lost it. He could have lost them Vs. So this is actually a really nice attack from Fargo, really nice aggression. You could say that's really highly successful, because the war factory has now been disabled. He's probably going to have to sell that war factory, I would say. Is he going to just heal it and try and kill the enemy power? But Caro really is hanging on by a thread here. He's going to have to do some big damage now, because otherwise he's going to be going out. It's going to be Fargo taking it to 5-2 if he wins this, which is a game winning that will put him through to the finals. So we've got Caro going down this left-hand side with the Vs that he produced. I think a few of them are empty though. No, not empty, but almost empty. Laser lock now from Fargo. Actually 1 V getting picked off. 1 missile defender is evac'd. We've got 2 Chinooks here from Fargo, and they're actually going to be pushed off the supply. But we've got so many missile defenders here from Fargo. A little bit late of the laser lock there. Fargo is going to push these Vs back, but they're going to be able to probably just hug the supply kind of at the back there. Those are actually getting picked off for Caro, so he's not able to repair the war factory anymore. So the war factory probably is going to be going down. Another war factory is being produced. Another V getting picked off. They actually missed that. Got 2 missile defenders for Caro, not hanging around. Doesn't want to fight the Ranger. War factory has now been sold off. The animation is always a bit weird when it's disabled and tries to sell. It's always a little bit strange. It always looks weird as it's actually selling and going into the ground. It's got loads of infantry out for Fargo now, just like we said earlier. We've got an EMP now out from Fargo as well, so he's actually looking really, really strong in this game. And Caro this whole time is on 1 supply. He actually went for 2 supplies to try and get a decent economy going, but straight away was denied it by Fargo. So really well played by Fargo with that drop. That drop was really, really amazing. The V is going to attack now from Caro, but it's going to be disabled instantly from Fargo's EMP.
Got my missile launcher right here.
There's 3 missile defenders inside of there, and Fargo is going to try and chase it down, but he's got an MTV though. Oh, no, he's not going MTV. I thought he had an MTV.
Unit
he's going to have to pick it off, and Caro not paying attention, not evacing his units, but Instead, he is attacking through the center. He's going to try and get the power down, but no laser lock from Caro again. I don't know what he's doing. Sometimes when he attacks and just abandons his units. The micro from Fargo was absolutely horrendous there, not able to run him over really efficiently. Was dancing around for ages, but does manage to clear it up because Caro just completely abandoned his units. Caro's now got 3 Vs in the base. In his base, he's now collecting long distance from the center and collecting with 3 Chinooks there. That's a big mistake as well. Got 2 missile defenders here from Caro, going to push forward, but the longer this game goes on now is more and more in Fargo's favor because he's on 2 supplies versus the enemy's 1, and I suppose you could say he's on 1.5 because he's collecting from there as well, but Fargo should be able to defend against that pretty easy. 2 missile defenders there going down for Caro. I don't think he's picked off anything. There's a bit of an explosion now. I don't know if he picked off anything or not. Fargo's actually stuck behind the building, laser locking that. The building's just going to die. I'll probably just leave the missile defender in there. Don't need to bring him out. So V for Fargo is going to go down to this right side. Caro now has the ToV missile upgrade. The supply now has been sold from Caro or destroyed. A V picked off now for Caro. But remember, these Vs are more expensive for Fargo, so the more they trade off, the more in favor of Caro it goes. But it's exactly what he needs though, because he's still on 1 supply. One of Caro's Vs does survive. There's a Vet 1, and on very low HP, he's going to have to go back and repair. But Fargo has a nice wall of infantry defending. He's got 3 Vs out, or sorry, 2 Vs on ambulance. He's got a nice load of infantry as well to back him up. That one's almost full actually. Got a V here for Fargo. He's getting in the base now of Caro, and he's going to laser lock. Oh, no laser lock. Very slow laser lock, and laser lock the other one. 1 V does go down for Caro. And a V goes down for Fargo as well. But Fargo all the time behind this is a massive, a nice army. And you can just see the amount of orange on the map is just a lot less than the cyan color. So Fargo looking like he's probably going to win this game. So he's now prepared 5 Vs and an ambulance. Got a Hellfire drone as well. He's going to push down this right side. Chinook for Caro is going to go down. That's a big loss, $1,200 lost. He's going to chase the other Vs for of Caro. Caro's actually, Chinook is going to the middle again. Second Chinook has gone down. Caro actually getting the oil, or one of the oils. And Caro trying to defend this as best he can with the missile defenders. But it's looking like Fargo's just playing super solid. And Fargo's actually stopped the oil from being captured with the missile defenders, and he's beaconed it. 1 V is finally picked off from Fargo's group of Vs. Got flashbangs out now for Caro, so his rangers are going to push this back. A little bit out of position now. Those Vs could just come in and just finish those rangers. But Fargo choosing to abandon his men and leave him to die. One thing I didn't pick up on this whole game is that Fargo is actually out of dozers. Yeah, so he lost that one, and then he must have lost one back here somewhere when the... Oh no, it was that one, wasn't it? That EMP there was producing. So Caro once again, was he going for the dozer hunt? He probably could say he wasn't going for the dozer hunt. Was it just happened to be that he went for the center? But as a result, Fargo is just continuously producing units. Caro isn't able to hold it, I don't think. There's no way he's going to be able to hold this amount of Vs. Just so many now. He's going to push in and just pick off these missile defenders one by one. They'll be lucky if they even pick off 1 V. He's just going to push in now. Caro now has a decision to make. Does he want to go for a base trade, or does he just want to try and fight this? I don't think he can fight this, so he's going to try and go for a base trade. Selling his war factory. Dozer is moving out. Fargo actually weirdly trying to go back and defend this. But I would just go for the base trade. Actually, he wants to try and go back and defend it as well as kill the enemy Chinooks. Laser locks coming in now for Fargo. Laser locking all of Caro's Vs, all extremely low or dead, and now all dead. The whole army now for Caro is dead. So Fargo just choosing to play it ultra safe and takes these games in the semi-final 5-2 against Caro. So well played by Fargo. I'm just going to update the score. It's got 5-2 there for Fargo. Yeah, really, really well played. Caro is classed as an expert player and Fargo is not. So Fargo to beat one of the top expert players 5-2 is a really impressive feat. So yeah, he's collected loads more supplies there, almost double, and killed 10 more units. So yeah, really well played by Fargo. Had the weaker army there as well. So yeah, really well played. Fargo goes through 5-2.